Part 2. Was the Last Supper designed to vanish? While the world sees a crumbling mural, we are finding evidence of a deliberate sabotage by the artist himself. Leonardo da Vinci didn't just paint a masterpiece, he engineered a slow-motion eradicator. By rejecting traditional wet fresco, the gold standard of the Renaissance, for a volatile, experimental tempera, he defied every rule in the book. We're investigating if the decoy or the decayed Christ's final meal wasn't a blunder, but Leonardo's final hidden prophecy. This wasn't an accident. This was a chemical sabotage. Auditing the architectural suicide. Look at the cold hard facts of the 71. Audit. Leonardo knew exactly how humidity reacted with the refractory wall at the Santa Maria degli Greci. He was a scientist, an engineer, and a student of geology. For him to choose a mixture of oil and tempera on a dry wall, knowing it would begin to flake within 20 years, was a calculated act of architectural suicide. Traditional fresco bonds the paint to the plaster forever. Again, traditional fresco bonds the paint to the plaster forever. It represents the external. Leonardo chose the temporary. He was encoding a forensic statement that even the most sacred structures of the church are subject to the laws of entropy. He used the wall as a petri dish for the inedible decay of dogma. The 500-year performance piece. Again, the 500-year performance piece. Think about the timeline. Again, please think about the timeline. By the time the first major historian happened in 1726, the original intent was already a ghost. But the logic, Leonardo anticipated the intervention of future technology. He knew that for 500 years, mankind would obsess with saving his work. He forced generations of scholars and restorers to touch his wall, to study his math, and to struggle with his failure. This wasn't a painting. Again, this was not a painting. It was a trap. Every restoration layer is just another variable in a 500-year performance piece curated by the artist himself. He made the decay a part of the curriculum. Again, he made the decay a part of the curriculum. Sabotage as a protest. Why sabotage your own masterpiece? Again, why sabotage your own masterpiece? Because Leonardo prioritized rational truth over ecclesiastical performance. By making the major vanish, he was protesting the idea that anything, even a divine narrative, is permanent. He left the grid, the geometry we decoded in video 64, as the only thing that remains. The paint falls away, the face is blurred, the churches changes, but the math stays. He designed the painting to vanish so that only the logic will be left standing. That is the ultimate lead instructor move. Closing statement, the final verdict. History calls it a technical failure. The 71 audit calls it a coded, intentional act of defiance. Leonardo didn't lose his masterpiece to time. He used time as his medium. He proved that logic is the only thing that doesn't decay. We have audited the math, and now we have audited the chemistry. Audit complete.